So let me tell everybody now, I will not allow a foreign court to block these flights. If the Strasbourg court chooses to intervene against the expressed wishes of Parliament, I am prepared to do what is necessary to get flights off. I will not take the easy way out, because I fundamentally do not believe that anyone thinks the founding aims of the European Convention on Human Rights was to stop a sovereign parliament removing illegal migrants to a country deemed to be safe in parliamentary statute and binding international law. And I do not believe that we are alone in that interpretation. Across Europe, other governments are following our lead. Italy, Germany, Austria are all exploring models like ours. Indeed, the UNHCR operates its own refugee scheme in Rwanda. And unlike the UK, they don't have a treaty for any of this. We are a reasonable government, and this is a reasonable country. But the British people's patience can only be stretched so thin, and they expect the boats to be stopped. That is why I made it one of my 5 priorities. And whatever our critics might say, we are making progress. Because the Rwanda scheme is only one part of our strategy. Last December, the number entering the UK illegally in small boats had more than quadrupled in just 2 years. Since then, this year, they are down by a third, even as the numbers entering the rest of Europe have soared, with illegal crossings of the Mediterranean up by 80%. We're ending the farce of taxpayers footing the bill to put illegal migrants in hotels, with 50 closures announced already, returning them to local communities. Illegal working raids are up by almost 70%, and we have made over 5,000 arrests this year. We've concluded returns and cooperation agreements with France, Bulgaria, Turkey, Italy, Georgia, and Albania. We've cut the legacy initial asylum backlog by almost 2/3, and in total, we've returned over 20,000 illegal migrants this year. The facts are clear. This government has done more and delivered more than any government in the last 5 years to tackle illegal migration. But to fully solve this problem, the Rwanda policy is a necessary deterrent. That's why it's important that the Supreme Court has today confirmed that the principle of removing asylum seekers to a third safe country is lawful. Because it means that when we have addressed the Supreme Court's concerns, people will know that if they come here illegally, they will not get to stay, and so they will stop coming altogether. That is how we will stop the boats. In recent years, many people have lost faith in politicians' ability to do the things they said they would do. They fear that politicians are more interested in grandstanding than delivering for the British people. I've been determined to change that, to deliver on the commitments that I make.
You gave your Home Secretary the heave-ho on Monday. The court has shredded your Rwanda plan today. It's a total shambles, isn't it?
Chris, if you look at the track record of our policy tackling illegal migration, as I said earlier, we've done more in the last year to tackle illegal migration and to stop the boats than any government has done in years. The numbers of people coming here this year are down by a third. The number of illegal migration raids up by 70%. New deals with half a dozen countries. We've returned 20,000 people. We've made thousands of arrests, all while the numbers in Europe are getting worse. So that actually shows that when I said we would stop the boats when I made that speech in January, we are delivering. We're making strong progress. But in order to finish the job, in order to get the job done, we need the Rwanda deterrent to work. And that is why we've been preparing thoroughly, carefully, for all outcomes today. That's why we've already got a treaty that is virtually ready to go, which we will finalise in light of today's judgment. And that will provide everybody with the assurances they need. And indeed, the court today made recommendations. We will meet all those challenges with our new treaty. And then Parliament will have the chance to demonstrate unequivocally that Rwanda is safe for these purposes and in compliance with all our obligations. So not only have we made great progress this far, we will get the job done, and that involves the new treaty and new domestic legislation, and that will clear the remaining barriers to us getting flights off as planned in the spring of next year.